Hello everyone and welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host Chris. This video I am going to be discussing the recent announcement of Star Wars Episode 7 cast that was announced. It was announced on April 29th, 2014. Very big news for Star Wars Episode 7. I mean, we've known about these movies for quite some time, but nothing about who's involved. All we know is J.J. Abrams is in the director's spot. That's wonderful. Uh, um, but nothing about the cast at all. I mean, there's rumors going around here and there, but nothing concrete. Finally, they finally released the cast. So they brought out this picture here, which I think was just great. This picture reminds me of those 1977, the original Star Wars pictures, like the black and white of them in, it almost looks kind of like the Jedi Council, all of them in a round table there. Very cool. Awesome news. I mean, everyone that's a huge Star Wars fan is excited. I mean, they're, about this news, including myself. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars, but I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. But this is still wonderful, wonderful news. I am excited to see this movie. But let's talk about the newcomers, because we have some old comers in this, and they finally announced it. But let's talk about the newcomers, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of newcomers, guys. First here, bear with me, guys. I'm gonna try. I got information here. I'm trying to get it all together here. But first we got. Let's see. Adam Driver. Adam Driver. Okay, he was in. Let's see. Adam Driver was in that show Girls, I believe. He was in the show Girls. Let's see. He was in the movie Inside Llewyn Davis. J. Edgar. Yeah. Okay. I mean, who knows who this guy's going to be playing now? But we also have Oscar Isaacs. I think he was also in Inside Llewyn Davis, I believe. Yeah. He was in that movie. Not a lot of movies that I've seen. A lot of unknowns, virtually unknowns, really. I mean, that are in this movie. Let's see. We also have the one and only Andy Serkis. I know. I love Andy Serkis. I mean, he's like the king of motion capture. Of course, he was, in Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. He's Gollum. He's King Kong. So he's Caesar from the Rise of the Planet of the Apes and the new Planet of the Apes movie. So, yeah, I mean, Andy Serkis. I mean, he's kind of like the one that's like, really, Andy Serkis. I was actually surprised, really surprised to see Andy Serkis going to be involved in this movie. I mean, man, he's been in some greats. King Kong, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, now Star Wars. Whew, the Planet of the Apes movies that he's doing is just great. We also have unknown. I mean, really unknown, and that's Daisy Ridley. She hasn't really done anything at all, guys. I mean, nothing at all. So there's not really much to say about her because nobody's really seen what she's done. So, very interesting. I mean, she could play the daughter. She could play the daughter of, Han Solo and Leia, maybe. I mean, possible. Who else we got? Let's see. Domhnall Gleeson. I believe he was in the Harry Potter movies. I believe, yeah. Yeah, he was in the Harry Potter movies. What else was he in? Let's see. Not a lot that I know of. Just the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows 1 and 2. He was Bill Weasley. Okay. But that's pretty much it. That all I know of. Yeah, and then we have the great Max von Sydow, who was Ming the Merciless in Flash Gordon, if anyone's ever seen that. But yeah, his resume is he's been in a lot of movies. I mean, he reminds me of like Christopher Lee, that type of character. Just just a great resume, great actor. Um, you know, kind of like the actors, like in the original trilogy. That's what they're trying to go for here. Yeah, I can certainly see him being a Sith though. I think that would be awesome. Let's see who else we got. Oh, well, John Boyega. John Boyega. He was in Attack the Block, and he's going to be in the new 24 Live Another Day show that's coming on very shortly here. Um, yeah, that's all for I believe, for the newcomers. Yeah. Let's see. We also have Kenny Baker, who's R2D2. He's coming back. Um, we got Anthony Daniels, C3PO coming back. So that's great to see to see those two, in the movies. I think they're going to be the only ones that were actually in all the movies, right? I mean, if they have them in all 7, 8, and 9. I mean, and then they were in the episodes 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. I mean, they're going to be in like all the movies, which is very very awesome. Um, we also have Peter Mayhew. He's coming back as Chewbacca. So we have the big guy. Um, we also, of course, have the original cast. Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. So I mean that's awesome. That's really awesome. Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han Solo um, coming back. Um, yeah, just awesome news, guys. Awesome news. That's a great picture with all them like in a circle there, just like discussing what's going to go on. I mean, wouldn't fans love to be a fly on the wall there? I mean, just love to be in that room. Uh, yeah, it looks awesome. Like all of them together, like going over the script and the plans of what they're going to have happen for the next 10 years or something crazy like that. I'm sure there's going to be um, some other news coming up. I mean, not all the cast is here, obviously. I mean, they got to have some other hidden cast choices. I mean, where's Billy D. Williams? You know, where's he at? That's what I'd like to know. Hopefully he'll show up eventually. I mean, who knows who they'll have? If they'll have flashbacks of Anakin Skywalker or Obi-Wan Kenobi or Yoda. I mean, you think you would have to have those guys in there. At least flashbacks of something, holocrons or something. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool news. Very very cool news. Um. Now on the 29th, we got that information. They dropped that on us, and just on May the 4th. They just announced they gave the first trailer for the Star Wars Rebels cartoon. That I'm a little on the fence about. I love the Clone Wars. I love the Clone Wars cartoon. I thought that was great. This one, I don't know. We'll see. I might warm up to it. But at first glance, it looks very kiddie-like. But there's also been tons of news going on with the history of Star Wars, the history, the canon, not canon, the expanded universe, which I think they're changing to like something else, like Legends or something. I don't know. They're changing everything around. It's so confusing. Um, but yeah, the whole canon thing is very fascinating. Like what's real history and what's not history. Now, from what I understand, from this point on, all the movies, the cartoon that they're making, the Rebels, and the old Clone Wars TV show, and all the books and the video games from this point on are canon. Now, before all the other stuff that was made before, that's not canon. Like all the comic books and the books and video games and whatnot, that's not canon. Um, so anything going forward now is going to be canon. It's all going to be a part of the story. All part of the history. Keep everything in order, everything in line now. I'm sure. I think they can draw like ideas from some of that old stuff. The expanded stuff, or I think they can draw ideas from that, but they can't really, somehow go into it or like, explain that. Yeah, it's confusing. It's really confusing. Um, but what they're saying is that the Clone Wars TV show that ended is canon. That it's actually history now. So that means you had in episodes where you had Darth Maul, come back, and then they gave him like this spider leg body thing, and he was like running around with like his brother. So I mean, they didn't kill him off. The Emperor said he had plans for him now, and then that was it. So who knows? Hopefully he'll show up on the Rebels show. Maybe resolve that. But I guess he's out there. He's in the history. We don't know what happened to him. Ahsoka as well. I think everybody wants her to come back. She was a cool character in that show, and then she just walks off, and then that was it. They had a little bit of her in the Netflix. I forget what season it is. At 8. I don't know. There's so many seasons. It's the last season that they had. They had like some, like Yoda was like in this like state where he was like hallucinating or whatever, and he's seen her, but that was it. I mean, nothing. They didn't really go into it like where she's at or what has happened to her. I was hoping that maybe she would be killed, by maybe Darth Maul, and then Anakin would kill Darth Maul, and then that would send him like on his path, that path, the dark side path. But we'll see. I mean, that's just an idea. Um, yeah. Well, that whole Clone Wars is now canon. Also, the whole Darth Bane thing in the Clone Wars at the very end, the final season on Netflix. They talk. Yoda talked to Darth Bane, so he's canon now. I mean, they brought him out, so he's like the the father of that all the Sith, the rule of two, I believe. So very confusing stuff. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so I don't know a lot of the backstory, a lot of the history. I know some. I know there's others out there that know. But very cool stuff, though. Very, very cool. Yeah, this news was very interesting. Hopefully we'll get some more news, probably Comic-Con. I mean, they'll probably talk about a lot of stuff at Comic-Con. They'll probably have everybody come out on stage, and everybody's going to go crazy. Yeah, and talk about this movie. Because it's coming out in 2015, December of 2015. So that's not that far away, really. I mean, not really. So, yeah, guys. That's about it for me. Great news for Star Wars fans. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these cast choices and what you think the story is going to be and how they're going to go with everything that they're doing with this movie and the other episodes 8 and 9 as well. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be exciting to see. Very fun. I mean, who knows? I mean, this movie might. It might make $1 billion. I mean, it's possible. When it comes out, it could rival the Avengers. But that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. See you later, guys.